Not everything shown is meant to be seen on live TV, but the internet remembers everything. A smile that freezes.
Anyway, there is a lot of memories.
Eyes that eerily shifts, and figures that disappears in a blink. Broadcast to millions, these are warnings that something sinister is happening behind the curtains. So play it back, rewind the footage, and you'll see the most unsettling moments ever caught on TV.
Bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human, still.
In a recent viral clip, Barron Trump was filmed approaching Joe Biden during a public event. The brief interaction, lasting only a few seconds, has left viewers intrigued and puzzled. While the footage shows Barron walking up to Biden, the silence between them has sparked various theories. Some believe the lack of audible conversation may hint at a covert message or hidden significance, while others are questioning the true nature of the encounter. As the video spreads online, the mystery surrounding this silent exchange continues to fuel widespread speculation. Frozen singer. Back in 2004, Ashlee Simpson's performance on Saturday Night Live turned into one of the most talked about live TV blunders. Everything seemed normal until her vocals started playing, while the mic was nowhere near her mouth. Caught mid-lip sync, Ashlee froze, then did an awkward little jig before quickly exiting the stage.
On a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday,
The moment was short but unforgettable, sparking endless headlines and online buzz. Fans were left confused, and critics pounced on the mishap. Some claimed it was just a technical mix-up, while others saw it as a career-denting disaster. Even now, that strange little dance still pops up in internet debates. Bill Clinton. In a creepy video, former President Bill Clinton looks totally frozen, almost like he's in a trance. His face is blank, like a puppet with no emotion, just pale and lifeless. What makes it even stranger? This was off-air during the Bush-Clinton presidential campaign, not meant to be seen by the public. It makes you wonder, was Clinton just a puppet controlled by someone behind the scenes who put him in the White House? The whole thing is so weird, and it leaves you asking more questions than it answers. What was really going on here? Eric Trump. During Trump's inauguration, cameras caught something odd. Eric Trump flashing a strange hand gesture. It looked like an upside-down triangle, and people immediately started connecting dots. Was it random, or a quiet nod to something bigger? Online theories exploded, with many saying it resembled symbols tied to secret societies, like the Illuminati or Freemasons. Some brushed it off, but others saw it as a possible signal. With all the talk about hidden power and secret control, you can't help but ask, was that just a gesture, or something meant to be seen? Sun fought back. In 2017, while the world was warned not to look directly at the solar eclipse, cameras caught President Trump doing exactly that multiple times. Live from the White House balcony, he stared straight into the darkened sun, ignoring every safety rule out there. Was it just a slip-up, or something more unsettling? Some viewers joked that no human could handle that glare, unless they weren't exactly human. Even Melania took off her glasses for a moment, adding to the strangeness. Live TV has captured some wild stuff, but a president defying the sun? Now that's next-level creepy. Barbara Bush.
Nicole, I would remind you and the people of Florence that all of us awaken.
During a campaign message urging people to vote for her husband, Barbara Bush seemed off. Viewers couldn't help but notice how her eyes were glued to the camera, and her head movements looked stiff, almost robotic. She barely blinked, and there was something unsettling about the wild look in her eyes.
single man, woman, and child in the state of South Carolina awakened.
What made it even weirder? She was never seen acting like that again. It left many wondering if there were powerful forces pulling the strings behind politicians, using them to manipulate the public. What was really going on behind the scenes? iShowSpeed. During one of iShowSpeed's live streams, something bizarre grabbed the attention of his viewers. As he was streaming, his eye lens seemed to shift, morphing into something strange, almost reptilian. The change was brief but noticeable enough to fuel wild theories. Could it be that iShowSpeed isn't who he seems to be? Some are convinced that he might not just be a popular streamer, but something else entirely. Is he part of the reptilian mystery that has fascinated many? The questions keep piling up with every strange moment, leaving fans to wonder what's really going on. Flashed Reptilian. During a tense interview on Dr. Phil, things took a bizarre turn when the camera zoomed in on the guest's face. That's when things got really weird. Her eyes weren't human anymore. No, they flashed reptilian. The slit-like pupils and eerie glow sent a chill down viewers' spines. Despite the unsettling change, she continued speaking as if nothing had happened. But the moment was impossible to ignore. Social media went wild with theories. Was it just a camera glitch? A trick of the light? Or had her true nature slipped out on live TV? Whatever the explanation, it left everyone watching in total shock. Biden stumbled. During a live broadcast in December 2021, President Joe Biden was seen boarding Air Force One when something unexpected happened. As he climbed the stairs, he suddenly tripped, not once, but 3 times. Viewers were left stunned. Some blamed the wind, others chalked it up to a misstep, but the way his body jerked so suddenly made it feel like more than just a stumble. Conspiracy theories quickly rolled in. Was it fatigue? Something medical? Or something deeper? Whatever the case, the eerie timing and repeated falls made this live moment feel way more unsettling than anyone expected. Creepy invasion. While a live news broadcast aired in Turkey, something weird happened in the background. 3 strange objects suddenly appeared in the sky behind a row of buildings. They weren't there before, like they had just taken off. The cameraman noticed a man staring up, clearly shaken, so he zoomed in. And there they were, silent, hovering, and creepy. Seconds later, people started freaking out. The reaction? Totally real. Even the news anchors were speechless. Whatever those things were, they left everyone questioning what they just saw. Live on air. Third-hand mystery. Back in 2017, during Trump's inauguration parade, all eyes were on him. Until something strange popped up in the crowd. One of his bodyguards was walking close behind, holding his own hand in an odd way. But then, people noticed something bizarre. A third hand. It looked fake, almost too stiff, too out of place. That's when the theories started flying. Was it just a prop? Or was this bodyguard hiding something more? Unnatural. Some even believe he wasn't human at all. Reptilian? Supernatural? Whatever it was, it left people questioning what they just saw. Mind control.
We'll leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories.
This next moment, caught on live TV, left viewers seriously creeped out. While filming, news anchor Al Roker suddenly froze, completely blanked out. No blinking, no moving, just still. Surprisingly, it happened right after someone mentioned the words Holy Ghost.
They say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of...
Up until then, he was totally normal. Viewers instantly picked up on the timing, and the comments exploded with theories. Then Anderson Cooper chimed in, making a light joke, but it didn't help. That frozen stare felt way too strange to ignore. Was it a glitch or something way deeper? Queen Elizabeth mystery.
That death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see,
When Queen Elizabeth passed in September 2022, her funeral was a somber event, but something strange happened during the live broadcast. As the ceremony neared its end, a woman's voice unexpectedly cut through the silence saying, "And the fact that she's trapped," before being quickly silenced by the anchor. That eerie moment sent chills down viewers' spines. Some even wondered if there were darker secrets surrounding the royal family. Was there something more to the Queen's passing than we know? That comment left us with unsettling questions. What really happened behind the scenes? Creepy red dress. On April 23, 2018, when Kate Middleton appeared with Prince William after the birth of Prince Louis, all eyes were on her outfit. Her red dress, simple yet striking, seemed to carry an eerie resemblance to the one worn by Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby, a movie about a woman unknowingly caught in a dark, supernatural ritual. Was it just a fashion choice? Or did this wardrobe choice hint at something more sinister lurking beneath the surface? The uncanny connection sparked a wave of speculation, leaving many wondering if the dress was more than just a piece of clothing. Real Conehead. During a live broadcast of politicians arriving at a major summit, something truly strange caught the attention of viewers. At first, it seemed like just another passerby blending into the crowd, but as the camera zoomed in, it became clear. There was a figure with an unmistakable cone-shaped head, straight out of a sci-fi movie. The bizarre sight had many wondering if it was a prank, a costume, or some kind of stunt. But as time passed, it was clear this wasn't some clever trick. It felt as if something, or someone, had quietly slipped into our world unnoticed. What were they doing there? And why at this moment? The questions were endless. Diamond Jubilee coverage.
And home-baked scones which Her Majesty crumbles up and
At Britain's Diamond Jubilee coverage, something felt off. At first, the broadcast seemed like any other, but then all eyes turned to one reporter. He wasn't blinking, not once. His stare was fixed, and his expression remained unnervingly still. Viewers started feeling uneasy, as if something wasn't quite right, like he wasn't entirely human. The way he held himself, the way he spoke, it all seemed unnatural. Then, without warning, the broadcast suddenly cut to another segment, as though someone didn't want people watching any longer. Whatever was happening on that screen was never addressed again. Alien bodyguard. A clip from Obama's 2012 speech is making waves again. This time, not because of what he said, but because of who was standing behind him. One of his bodyguards looked off, like from certain angles, his face didn't even look human. People online were quick to jump in, claiming it's proof of reptilian figures hiding in plain sight, pulling the strings from the shadows. Others say it's just a weird camera angle, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. And suddenly, every politician's security starts looking a little suspicious. Nicki Minaj. Imagine seeing someone's eyes shift once, but repeatedly. That's straight up eerie. Nicki Minaj has been under the spotlight for her eyes, which seem to change colors out of nowhere. While some fans thought it was just contact lenses, Nicki herself has denied it multiple times. Yet, her eyes keep shifting. But wait, that's not the only weird thing. An old video of her popped up recently, and eagle-eyed viewers couldn't ignore the strange details. Her hands had bizarrely pointed joints and even fanged edges. Weird, right? Something's definitely not adding up. Pope disappeared. So, this video from Vatican City hit the internet. And yeah, it's got people seriously divided. It shows the Pope at his window, honoring COVID victims, nothing unusual. until he turns to walk away and completely vanishes. No fade out, no camera glitch anyone can prove, just straight up disappeared like he wasn't real to begin with. Viewers were stunned, replaying it over and over, trying to explain it. A tech glitch? Or something much deeper we're not supposed to understand? Either way, it's seriously unsettling. Live doll.
I bought them to
Look, that chair's beginning to rock.
Rocking.
Look at that.
Who's doing that? Stop it.
This couple showed up on live TV to talk about their creepy doll, one they claim attacked the husband. Everything seemed fine, until the doll started rocking back and forth by itself. No strings, no tricks. Just pure nightmare fuel.
I bought them to
Look, that chair's beginning to rock.
Rocking.
Look at that.
Who's doing that? Stop it.
Live on air. The wife looked terrified, barely able to glance at it. Viewers were frozen, unsure if it was a prank or something darker. Haunted doll stories are everywhere, sure. But watching one move on its own during a morning show? That's a whole new level of disturbing. Super Bowl spell. During the Super Bowl, one fan recorded something way creepier than the game itself. While everyone else was cheering, he spotted a woman in the crowd holding a tiny voodoo doll that looked just like Muhammad's. Calm as ever, she stuck a needle right into its chest, like she was casting some kind of spell. Moments later, Muhammad's messed up big time. Coincidence? Maybe. But the timing was just too weird. Now that clip's making rounds, and people can't stop wondering, was that black magic caught live on camera? Mystery flyer. In 2011, a live news report in Cincinnati took a strange turn. While the reporter was speaking, something shot across the screen behind him. Fast, low, and way too quick for any normal aircraft. You can literally see him freeze for a second, clearly thrown off. It wasn't just the speed. It was the weird drop in its path that didn't match anything we know. The reporter tried to keep it together, but his face said it all. That mystery flyer left more questions than answers, and it was all caught on air. Invisible guest. See how an invisible guest was captured at this wedding event. While a family was busy preparing for their big day, something bizarre happened in the background. Out of nowhere, a bouquet of flowers lifted itself from its vase and hurled across the room. Some viewers swore it was proof of the paranormal, while others suggested it was all just a trick, fishing line pulling the flowers along. The timing was too perfect to ignore. Was it a ghost making an appearance, or just a clever setup? Either way, it left everyone wondering who or what was really there. Invisible foe. In the boxing ring, every move counts, but this one was downright eerie. A boxer, all alone, was dodging, blocking, and countering punches as if someone was right in front of him. The coach stood there puzzled, probably wondering if his fighter had lost his mind. But as the footage kept rolling, it became clear. This boxer was reacting to an opponent no one else could see. Was he truly battling an invisible foe? Or was there something more to what he was experiencing? You decide, folks. Woman frozen. During the 1971 Eurovision Song Contest, something seriously weird happened right in front of millions. As the crowd clapped and cheered, one woman suddenly froze. Not just paused, completely stuck. Her hands midair, her smile locked in place like she'd hit a reset button. The camera held on her, and viewers at home were left stunned. Was it a broadcast glitch? A lighting trick? Or did reality itself just glitch out for a second? That frozen smile sparked a wave of questions no one's been able to answer. Street hero. During a live photo shoot, something out of a superhero movie played out for real. A man with glowing hands stood in the middle of the street, clearly overwhelmed by some kind of strange power. As the camera rolled, things got tense. An oncoming bus was speeding straight toward him. But just before impact, the man vanished. Yup, straight up teleported out of harm's way. And the wildest part? He looked at his hands in shock, like he didn't even understand what just happened. The whole moment was caught on camera, and it left people questioning everything. Caught on live.
Determine the cause of this fire that happened out here on North Terrace Drive.
During a live news segment, things took a creepy turn that no one saw coming. The reporter was speaking normally. Then suddenly, his voice morphed into something downright demonic. We're talking deep, distorted, and not even close to human. Viewers were shocked, and the news channel quickly claimed they had no clue what happened. But let's be real.
Crews are still out here right now trying to determine the cause of this fire that happened out here.
That didn't sound like a glitch. It sounded like something was inside that mic, or maybe even the reporter. So, was it tech trouble, or something darker slipping through? Football ghost. During a live football match, the camera caught something no one in the crowd seemed to notice. A dark, shadowy figure sprinting across the empty stands. It moved fast, right through people like it wasn't even there. Weirdly, nobody flinched. The players, the fans, no reaction. Just business as usual. Except for that one creepy shadow. Later, a second video popped up showing the same thing. This time, right on the field. Still, not a single player saw it. So, was it a glitch? Or did a ghost really crash the game? Fallen angel. Caught during a quiet field report in the hills of Russia, something bizarre decided to crash the scene, without a sound. Right behind the reporter, a glowing blue oval just popped into the sky, hovered for a few seconds, and then vanished like it was never there. No trail, no noise, just gone. People watching were like, wait, did that just happen? The way it moved didn't match anything normal.
Wow.
No drone, no plane, nothing we know of moves like that. So was it just a glitch in the sky? Or did a UFO just photobomb the evening news? Nightmare fuel. And now, this one's straight out of a horror movie. A home security camera in Thailand picked up something so weird, people still don't know what to make of it. It shows a man standing calmly beside a dining table. And then, boom, his arm stretches unnaturally far to grab a bottle of water. Not a few inches, we're talking cartoon-level stretch. And just when you think it's over, he slowly turns and looks directly at the camera. No words, no reaction, just that stare. Whether it's a clever edit or something more disturbing, one thing's for sure. It's pure nightmare fuel. Hospital ghost. In Guadalajara, Mexico, a seemingly normal hospital video took a spine-chilling turn. The camera started with an orderly joking around, laughing, until something caught his eye. A shadowy figure passing by a window. The cameraman quickly followed, heading into an operating room. That's when things got really weird. A table started moving on its own, sliding across the floor. The room was empty, and there was no explanation for what just happened. Was it a ghost from a past operation, or something else entirely? The eerie silence that followed left more questions than answers. Reptilians. During one of her shows, German comedian Caroline Quebecus was caught in a moment that left viewers questioning reality. No, it wasn't a technical glitch, and it wasn't some camera trick. In the footage, she appeared to shapeshift right before the audience's eyes. Her eyes changed, almost reptilian, as if her true form was trying to break through. The video was later edited to remove this part, but some sharp-eyed viewers had already captured it. What was it? A moment of strange behavior? Or something more supernatural? Whatever it was, it left everyone talking. Live interview. During a live interview, the former Chilean minister caught the attention of viewers for all the wrong reasons. As she struggled to stay composed, something bizarre happened. Her eyes began to change shape, and her pupils morphed into something eerily reptilian. The transformation was so striking, it sent chills down the spine of those watching. This wasn't just happening in South America. Footage of the same incident spread to the US, where viewers speculated she was a reptilian trying to blend in. Nervously trying to mimic human behavior, the unsettling moment left everyone questioning what they had just witnessed. Reptilian shock. Live TV broadcasts took an unsettling turn when viewers noticed something that was hard to ignore. As the hosts chatted away during their shows, something strange happened. Sharp, reptilian-like teeth flashed on their faces. People replayed the footage, zooming in to figure out if their teeth were actually shifting on camera. Online, the theories went wild. Could these hosts be secret reptilians in disguise? Was it the result of some government experiment? Or was it all just a bizarre trick of the light? While the hosts carried on as if nothing was out of the ordinary, the eerie transformations left everyone questioning what they had just witnessed. What's your take on this strange moment? Scary mystery. You won't believe what just surfaced in this chilling video straight from the dark web. A group of people, all wearing white masks, their eyes and lips completely blacked out, stood in a tight circle, and then, out of nowhere, they started floating off the ground. No strings, no wires, just floating, as if some invisible force was pulling them upward. They didn't just rise slowly either. They were climbing higher and higher, their chanting growing louder with each second. It was straight out of a horror movie, honestly. This footage is one of the strangest, most unexplainable things I've ever seen caught on camera. Just wild. Frozen host. During a live broadcast, an American host was caught in a chilling moment as his microphone was being adjusted. Suddenly, he froze, staring straight ahead, unblinking. His posture became rigid, and he looked almost robotic. The audience watched in complete disbelief, convinced that the person adjusting the microphone had some kind of power, perhaps casting a spell that turned the host into a statue-like figure. When authorities later investigated the incident, they were left stunned. The person who had been adjusting the mic had vanished without a trace. What really happened at that moment? The mystery deepened, leaving more questions than answers. Strange clip. A strange clip emerged years ago showing her abruptly pausing mid-step while heading to her car. For a few seconds, she remained completely still, almost as if in a trance. Then, without skipping a beat, she resumed walking like nothing was unusual. Naturally, people on the internet quickly jumped to wild theories. Could she have been manipulated by some sort of reptilian influence? Some pointed to similar incidents, suggesting there's something far more unsettling at play. It's enough to leave you questioning what's truly going on behind closed doors. Taiwan's ghostly encounter. In 2015, a CCTV camera in Taiwan captured a bizarre scene that left viewers on edge. A man walked down a wet alley, heading toward his motorbike. As he reached it, a young girl in a red dress suddenly appeared in the distance. But when a motorbike passed, the wheels seemed to pass through the girl's head without disturbing her. This unsettling moment revived the eerie legend of Taiwan's girl in red, a ghost said to haunt the alleyways. Was it a ghostly apparition, or just a trick of the camera? Whatever it was, it raised unsettling questions that lingered long after. The Pope's masked moment. A strange clip once surfaced showing the Pope in a way no one expected. As the camera zoomed in, his skin looked oddly stretchy, like it wasn't fully attached, almost like it didn't belong to him. It shifted in a way that made people seriously uncomfortable. Viewers couldn't help but ask, was that just a trick of lighting or something far more disturbing? Some even claimed it looked like a mask trying to stay in place. That brief moment sparked wild theories. Could this holy figure be something else entirely, hiding in plain sight? The questions haven't stopped since. Hollywood's hidden code? An old interview between Marilyn Manson and Larry King is creeping its way back into the spotlight, and not for the usual reasons. What starts off like a normal conversation quickly dips into weird territory. Manson casually drops dark lines like turning people off like a light, while King laughs it off. But some viewers noticed something else entirely. Both of them flash strange hand signs and flick their tongues in odd ways, moments that many claim mirror occult symbolism. Then came a bizarre exchange about Passover and drinking games that had people scratching their heads. Was it all just edgy humor? Or were they slipping messages in plain sight? Either way, it left a chill. Satanic pact caught on camera? In the remote hills of Peru, a traveler was filming the scenery when he stumbled upon a strange gathering of locals. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, just people standing around, right? But as he zoomed in, the situation took a dark turn. They weren't just hanging out, they were preparing for something disturbing. In the center, a group of children stood silent, surrounded by eerie chanting. Whatever was about to happen wasn't innocent. It's believed they backed off only because they realized they were being watched. But the setup hinted at something deeper, a possible deal to stay youthful by sacrificing the young. Sounds like a horror movie, except it wasn't. Frozen in time.
But it's been a heck of a ride.
Imagine watching a live TV interview, and suddenly, a basketball player just freezes in place. That's exactly what happened during a post-game interview in the NBA playoffs when Green suddenly lost all control. It was like he was trapped in time, unable to move or react. His face turned completely blank, almost as if he'd seen something terrifying. The moment lasted for what felt like an eternity, and then, as if snapping out of a trance, he only returned to himself when he heard his teammate call his name.
You know, guys like Draymond, everybody on this team, they come over there, they wrap their hands around.
Freaky, right? Could it have been some kind of mind control? MK Ultra, maybe? Mysterious nun. This one's creepy. A guy's dash cam caught something really bizarre outside a cemetery. An older woman dressed like a nun, moving in a weird, almost unnatural way. But that's not the weird part. She was with what looked like lifeless figures, and it seemed like she was performing some kind of ritual. The footage spread fast online, and people started throwing around theories. Was it some secret ceremony, or was something supernatural going on? No one could explain it, but the whole thing left people feeling uneasy. Definitely not something you expect to see while driving, right? Shapeshifter glitch.
The issues that remain are minor. The issues that remain are minor.
Let's talk about a weird moment that still creeps people out. At a 2012 press conference, Rahm Emanuel stood calmly answering questions, but sharp-eyed viewers caught something bizarre. His eyes? They didn't look right. For a split second, they appeared to shift, like they weren't fully human. And it didn't stop there. Former Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner was also caught on camera acting oddly. His movements stiff, his expression frozen, almost like he was trying to hide some kind of glitch. Some say it was a simple camera hiccup. Others think he was fighting to keep something hidden underneath the surface. Could these be the cracks in a disguise? Or are we just seeing what we want to see? Exposed on Live. In the flashy world of 70s game shows, nobody expected Danger to be sitting on stage. One smooth-talking guy managed to charm an entire audience on a popular dating show and even scored a winning date. But behind the charm was a terrifying secret. That man was already on a violent path, hiding his true self behind jokes and a friendly grin. Thankfully, the woman who chose him for the date got a strange vibe. Something just didn't feel right. She backed out last minute, and that gut feeling may have saved her life. It's wild to think how close someone can get to real danger without even knowing it. Sometimes trusting your instincts makes all the difference. Broadcast went dark.
Hail Satan.
During a routine news segment, Australian presenter Yvonne Yong was interrupted by a chilling glitch. What followed was nothing short of unsettling. Dark-robed figures, cryptic symbols, and a ritual unfolding in real time. The screen briefly displayed eerie images, including the Star of David and inverted crosses, before the network swiftly cut the feed. While some chalked it up to a technical error, others believe it was a deliberate message. If true, it suggests something sinister is happening behind the scenes, one step closer to a revelation no one is prepared for. The moment left viewers questioning what they had just witnessed. Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. Check out this crazy moment during a match in the Philippines that had everyone talking. The camera was focused on the crowd, and at first, it seemed like just another fan until the camera zoomed in. That's when things got really weird. Her fingers were black, like charcoal, and her eyes? Empty, soulless, almost like she wasn't even human. The crowd got super uneasy, but surprisingly, when people tried to find her again, she was gone poof, vanished. Of course, online conspiracy theorists went wild, suggesting she might be some sort of dark figure, maybe even working for Satan himself. Spooky stuff, huh? See you next time!